Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, today, let's revisit the basic understanding of the Enlightenment journey. The Enlightenment journey requires us to dissolve our ego self in us. And ego self is our preference, our ingrained beliefs in us, and also the mind. Basically, uh, belief, preference is the mind, and mind equals ego. So, to wake up to the plain sight truth, we have to dissolve the mind. And to dissolve the mind, we have to trace the mind backward to its root. That's the process. It's a subtractive journey, or it's a deconstructing journey to no self. No self is no ego. So, that's the process. Uh, Truth is no ego. Right now, we have so much ego. That means we have so much preference, we have so much ingrained belief, and we simply have to trace it back to its root and eliminating the roots as well. That's the simple, straightforward approach. However, when we are uh, tracing back our ingrained beliefs, our preferences, then at some point we start to feel, we start to experience the inner battle with ourselves. That inner battle is simply the ego trying to maintain the boundary, ego self trying to cling onto the comfort that our preference or belief is providing us. And when we start to experience that, it's a good thing that friction itself is showing that how much ego we have, how much we cling to things in life. And that what's supposed to that's what we're supposed to go in the spiritual journey. Otherwise, if you don't feel the war within, then you know then it's hard to eliminate the ego. The resistance, the friction, the fire one must experience, and that's the journey itself. You may not feel the fire in the beginning when you're tracing the mind, especially when you start to trace the mind backward. It's easy to trace the mind to its root. Okay, getting there is a easy tracing back or easy subtracting the mind journey, because to that point you're just watching how the surface fluctuation or the fear, or how the surface suffering or pain is coming, that coming from, you see from the root. And normally when you see the root, that's where we change, we plant the positive seed, and we invite the positive conditioning in life, and we maintain our life from there to make it better. But that is just the relative journey. That refining at the root is a relative approach to life. But even no matter how positive meaning you can plant at the base, how positive conditioning you can have at the base to upgrade your life, no matter what upgrade you can bring in your life, that doesn't dissolve the inner conflict and fear, because that replanting or planting the new seed already comes from the place of resisting, place of friction, place of fear. That's why we're planting the new seed there, to have a better life, thinking that the better life is going to dissolve or inner conflict and fear. But that's not the scenario. That having the positive conditioning and meaning is just for the relative approach. It doesn't help us to wake up from the false reality, because a false reality requires, the enlightenment journey requires us to dissolve the negative and positive side altogether. The duality has to go to see the non-dual self, which is the egolessness state of who we are, or the plain sight truth. So when we are tracing back, planting the seed is great, but when we have to let go the root altogether. And that's where the friction starts to build in. That's where we bounce back to the mundane flow. The habitual state starts to come in. The conditioning body and mind starts to tell us, no, don't do it. That ego self itself starts to create more fear in life, that if you let go this, then there's a fear of being nobody, fear of uncertainty. You have nothing to cling on, nothing to hold on to anything. And that's where the real fight comes in. It's called the inner battle within. And to wake up from to be free from the all inner conflict and fear, to free from that inner battle, we must go all the way to dissolve the mind. And that itself is also tracing the mind backward to its root, and also tracing the root backward all the way until there is nothing, no mind is left. And that's where we see the plain sight truth. So when you get to the root, don't plant the positive seed, especially in the spiritual journey. Yes, you can plant the positive, invite the positive approach in life to make your life simple and easy, and also upgrade to some extent. But when it comes to spiritual journey, don't add any positive meaning in your practice, because that positive meaning itself is a limitation. That itself comes from the ego self adding that meaning in the path not to look further. And that there's so many beautiful meanings available in the world, especially in the spiritual world. No matter what you hear, how we upgrade, how refined or upgraded that meaning is, it's just a distraction. Let go of that and keep dismantling. And here, the root, you have to eliminate the root, means that root itself is the preference. That itself is your belief. That belief is giving you so much support in your life. That belief itself is providing you the comfort, right? And letting go of the comfort is harsh for the ego self, but you have to investigate that part until you get to the no ego. So don't give up, with the positive meaning. Keep going. And this journey is about going further, all the way back in your own mind, until there is no mind is left. And and another simple step you need to invite in this process is ask yourself, who am I? Okay, the who am I is gonna make you catch your own mind when you are thorough in dismantling your mind. Okay, so that's that in this video. Okay, so don't hold on to the positive meaning, go all the way back. You have to feel the friction in you, because they're seeing the friction itself is to see how much ego we got in our lives. And again, the true freedom is about dissolving the ego. And what is ego? Ego is your preference. Ego is your ingrained belief, and that is mind. We have to dissolve the mind. Dissolving the mind is dissolving the preference. Dissolving the preference is dissolving the ego. It's the same thing but different names. Okay, so one more thing, I'm asking you to dissolve your preference, and probably you have a positive preference in your life to make your life go smooth. I'm not asking you to, you know, give up your preference. I'm asking you to look into your preference, why you hold on to the preference, you know, why, that why is gonna show you a lot of layers in you as an ego self, and you have to keep going back until there's nothing more left to cling. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you're enjoying the tracing back work. Keep going. Again, I'm always tell you that if you're thorough and unbiased in your dismantling work, you will not fail yourself in this process. This process is about being honest, being thorough, and that's it. And you have to be in this journey. Sometimes when people be in this journey for long enough and dismantling, and but they are not seeing the truth, and that's where they give up. When you have dismantled enough, don't give up. You have to stay and keep witnessing and keep dismantling and keep be part of that who am I inquiry. That's all you need, because at some point it will make all sense, because you see the truth eventually. Giving up is a failure. Stay and keep doing it even you don't see the truth. That's where you're so ready to cross the bridge to the other side. Okay, so don't give up. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. Take care for now. See you in the next video.